Loving I've had so far, from the depths of my soul, the core of my heart. Loving is easy, you make it so hard. I'm losing my mind, reading my tarot cards. So I went to see my friend. She said, taking these pills will come back no more. Cause if you don't take your pills, you're dumping the back of a van back to the morgue.
All right, welcome to podcast number 228. It's 228 of Blazed Weekly News. Russell here with Blazed Magazine as we are doing our first show after the hearing yesterday. So the big, it was, I guess it's HB5. It's SB5 and HB5 are the two bills. Welcome to the show, Rachel. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Did you watch the hearing yesterday?
I did. Not all of it, and I am gonna go finish it. I have to speed it up to 2 times because it's 11 hours long. So I'm like, okay, if I listen to it in double speed, I can get done in
Well, no, you can go. Heather Fazio sent a link out for folks that has. You can click on it and go to the website where the show was, where the recording was, and you can just fast forward straight to wherever it is you want. I instructed Carl to go to it this afternoon so he could grab some B-roll. In fact, here's some footage of yesterday. It was a great exchange with the Public Health Committee with Lucas Gilkey from Hometown Hero and members of that panel, and just a hell of a job between both Lucas
Colton
and then Colton right there is on that panel too. Both of them really giving a heck of an education to lawmakers on our industry. So it was really cool to see that. I thought that was one of the best exchanges during the whole 12 hours. You can go to if you get Heather's website. Was it Cannabis Policy? TX.com.
I follow her on Instagram.
I got her email, and so when I clicked on that, she had to click here for the link to the video, and I was able to do that today and go back and actually you can scroll through, and you don't have to watch all of the 3 hours of the police testimony, and the invited testimony is kind of garbage. You know, that's the ones that we can't stand, is watching all of the moms and the police, and that's, again, I don't know why they're the ones that are always invited, but
right, how do we get our people invited more?
Yeah, well, because they know we're going to come out in droves is really the thing. But let's jump to our guest in studio, friends and sponsors of Blaze Magazine and Blaze Weekly News. We finally got them to come in the studio. We had to bump them once or twice, I think, for y'all were traveling, guys, but joining us, Tyler and Reese from Dama Botanicals down on South First Street. Hello. Welcome to the Round Rock Studio, guys.
Hello. Glad to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming in and hanging out with us, and thanks for supporting our work too as well, because you guys are definitely on our playlist. You'll see your commercial running in the show. Do you all watch the show sometimes as well? Yeah. Obviously you do, I guess. So we're really grateful for that, and welcome to the show. I understand y'all just got back from Houston. Tell us about the expo down there. We all covered it last year as doing some podcasting down there. Was it still at the same venue and everything? How was
I think
the expo?
It was at a different venue. We were over at NRG, right? We were right in between the stadiums.
Oh, huh.
I guess it is like a convention hall, but it'd be like the Palmer compared to like the actual
convention center.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
So a little bit smaller, but just made it that much easier to talk to people.
I thought it was really big last year. Did y'all go last year?
Didn't make it last year. I went to the Dallas show.
I was at the Dallas show the year before. That's right.
But
yeah,
I did Altel Expo in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. That was 2 floors.
Oh, wow.
Not near the size of Champs, but still a rather big show.
Well, I was wondering how that Houston show was going to turn out, because just everything in the industry is kind of in a weird flux in Texas because the lawmakers are making new laws. I was worried that how that turnout might have been, and it looks like at least they got a smaller venue, which is probably a good move for them.
Well, it worked out for our benefit because they had there was a booth. I think it was about a $12,000 booth.
Oh yeah.
And the distro didn't even show up, and we were all trying to figure it out. And then we looked at it, and they were primarily like prepackaged nicotine, so they're going to be gone September 1st. So I think they were kind of like, why even go?
Right.
So they were like,
you were able to get.
You guys wanted this in spot? We're like, yeah, we did.
Oh yeah, and we didn't even sign up to go until last minute, and then we signed up. We were there, and we got a great spot because we got moved up to the back row, but in the front.
Yes.
You grab that a little closer to you there. Thank you. Yeah, there you go.
We were catty corner from hometown.
Oh, were y'all? I saw a video of them being of their presence down there. They're all had some videos running on Instagram for their booth. What was the booth investment for y'all? I know those aren't cheap, but more or less like.
About $2,000 for the booth, and then just travel down there. Wasn't too bad because we drove.
We had about a $2,000 booth there last year, but that's cool. You got the $12,000 booth.
Correct.
In the end,
it was a win-win for us for sure.
Well, cool, man. We're excited y'all are here, and I guess tell us about your store and tell folks how Tyler, you got a cool story with your father. I guess, you want to get into that and tell us how you guys got down in here and got the store going and how many years y'all been open. Just kind of tell our viewers and, folks that haven't been to Dama down there on South 1st Street.
Yeah, we're down on 1st Street, 1311 South 1st. We're connected right to like the original Torchy's Taco food truck park. I guess that's what we call it. But yeah, it was 2014. My father and I decided to jump into the hemp industry. So we jumped in, and then 2018, right when they passed the Farm Bill, we'd already had a few years under our belt. So I was actually coming down to Austin and actually trying to do wholesale with some of the stores and trying to get them hemp and CBD flower. So I think it was about a year after of going around and doing wholesaling flower out to places. It was time just to open up a shop.
Wow.
It was kind of through COVID as well, so it was kind of like, do you do it? Do you not do it? Is anybody going to rent to me? But jumped into it, and 3.5 years?
Wow.
It's been a wild ride.
Hey, I'm telling you, I'm with you right there, brother, because we started our Texas Hemp Reporter during the middle of COVID, and it was challenged to kind of get things off. Trying to start anything during 2020 was nuts, but you had some success selling wholesale selling products to retailers initially before you got the store open, huh?
Yeah, I think we had flour in probably like 12 or 13 different storefronts in Austin.
Wow.
Real good hemp flour. I think we had like 5 or 6 strains of hemp flour and 1 CBG flour, but it was either us or Oregon. A lot of Oregon farmers came down, but due to the just geographics, they go to flower before we do. So they beat us down here by about a month.
Well, when I got started, I was publishing Texas Sports Monthly in Westlake. I had an office on 360 over there, and there was these guys were hitting me up to sell seeds to farmers, and they had a farm in Colorado, and it was a friend of mine, and he was like, Russell, you're a good marketer, and you're from Austin. You probably can, help us reach out to these farmers. And I was like, farmers? What are you talking about? There's no cannabis here. And then this was in February of 2020, right when that hemp convention was about to happen up in Dallas, the Texas Hemp Convention. Okay. And I kept telling those guys I wasn't interested in selling seeds, but I was interested in who was going to cover this industry as a magazine publisher. That it really got my wheels turning back in February of 2020, and we got ourselves going by June of 2020 is when we got started. So it's hard to start anything, and during that time was just tough,
I know so many people who took a leap of faith during that time, it seems like, in this industry, and it just worked out well. So 2 stories right here.
Yeah, well, I think it was one of the industries too through COVID that was like essential. I mean, we didn't really shut down a lot.
We got
in
to be
Texas.
essential. Eventually, the governor declared it essential.
Yeah, so like a lot of those stores were able to stay open throughout it, so it was like very beneficial.
At first, people were closing down, and that was weird. That was what happened to me. Is the office building in Westlake, no one was showing up, and then they were telling us, "Don't show up." And I was like, "Don't show up to my office that I'm leasing from you." I said, "Then I got to get out of this lease." But yeah, I moved over here. But it was a weird time certainly to start anything back then. And anybody who's still around from that time, kudos, because that was a weird time. I think the governor had to say, "No, we need to keep these CBD stores open. These people need their cannabis, they need their CBD, they need their relief." And so that was really cool. We got to be essential businesses during that time, and so that lasted for a couple of years there.
Even though allegedly it was all from a loophole.
Yeah, they call it a loophole now.
Yeah, I think they actually solved it. I think I can't remember what. I don't think it was CBD, but there's a cannabinoid that was actually beneficial to keeping COVID out of your respiratory system.
Oh, wow.
I remember that.
Yeah, I actually don't know.
Which one was it?
I don't know one of my like heavy smoker friends that got COVID.
Interesting.
Well, you know what? They also said, I heard a report the other day, somebody was commenting that, THC products and even nicotine kept the virus, the respiratory part of that virus at bay for many people. And so, anybody that vaped or smoked probably did actually. You thought, first of all, you would think that those would be the ones that were the first to be sick.
It's ironic.
But I heard a report the other day that they said nicotine was actually one of the things that kept that virus out of the lungs and from expanding. Maybe the nicotine was coated in the lungs. Who knows? I don't know.
Right.
But one of those things. But you and your family was from Colorado initially, or y'all started to grow there? Can you tell?
Born and raised in Colorado.
What part of Colorado?
Southwestern corner, about 45 minutes from Durango.
I was born in Longmont, near Boulder.
Yep, little far.
Yeah.
North.
Nowhere near there, but yeah.
Other side of the range. But yeah, no, we started up down there, fourth generation farmer. So we have hay, cows, peach, apple trees, and then we had a dead peach tree field that we ended up just taking down and converting it over into hemp. So first seeds went in the ground April of 2014, and we failed terribly.
Failed horribly.
Failed horribly.
But that's good.
We bought seeds from CSU, kind of like
oh really?
Like Texas A&M here.
Yeah,
It's
Colorado State.
It's their horticultural. And we're like, well, we bought certified seeds from CSU. Let's just put them in the ground, grow them. Well, yeah, we didn't know anything about the testing regimens, what they needed left and right. So it was kind of like, by the time we got done, it was like we took them to full maturity all the way out. And I mean, 19.5% CBD, but 0.45, 0.48, and they still made us destroy the crop. So it was the next year, killed it.
Wow. See, that's some of the stories I've heard before too, Rachel, is that people that got started their first year failed miserably, and then it just got better for them from then on. I think
they didn't have any genetics.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of genetic opportunities. And when we first started the Texas Hemp Reporter magazine in 2020, some of the people that I was selling display ads to were genetics. It was Colorado. We were selling seed. Seed companies were running ads to target the farmers, and so the magazine was very agriculture in the beginning when we first started. But you're right, there was not a lot of genetics to choose from in the early days and you're talking 14 though, 15.
Yeah, no, we were able to. We partnered up with a farm outside of Pagosa. The gentleman actually went to school at Texas A&M. Horticultural degree, did like Jack Nicklaus golf courses, and he was he was running an all organic farm. They did most of the produce for a lot of the restaurants in Durango, and the day that it went legal hemp, they pretty much took everything out and just replaced it with hemp.
Wow.
But they had 5 or 6 strains, and we still grow one of them now. It's called Kiva Rock. The spiritual rock.
Yeah, some of the guys that we were selling seeds to were Rocket Seeds, Trilogen Seeds. Did you ever talk to them? I think they were from Colorado.
No.
Trilogen, maybe he was from California. There was CBD Seed Labs, but yeah, when we were first starting out, there was a number of everybody was hot to get genetics into Texas for the Texas farmers in 2020 when farmers could plant in May of 2020, and so that was like everybody was trying to target Texas because it's such an agricultural state, And
I actually came down along with the selling of the flower. I was actually doing some farm consulting, and you'd blow the wig back on some farmers where they're like, "It was how much to buy the seed and how much for the fertilizer?" And I was like, "Well, we're not growing cotton."
Well, I got to say, Tyler, that if you're going to have someone help you grow. The guy that grows the golf cart grass is pretty good. Is probably knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
the golf course grass is pretty green.
Yeah, he jumped out early.
That's cool.
He left and went down to, I think, Guatemala.
Oh wow!
And started up another research aspect. It was looser regulations and stuff down there. So,
wow, that is really really cool.
Sounds like he'd be a good podcast guest to talk about his research.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. And then. Tell us, how you got into the. I know there's stuff there with Dad. I don't know if you want to go into that at all, but I mean, you kind of got there was a pretty cool
snippet,
cool little how it kind of benefited family,
Yeah, well, my dad was diagnosed with MS, I think 20 years prior, and he just got to the form of his MS to where the pain management was really coming on strong. So he was giving himself shots about every 2 to 3 days. He had bruises all the way around his body. It was just terrible. So he called me up. I was actually down in Arizona operating a hot rod shop. And he called me up one day out of the blue and was like, "Hey, do you move back to Colorado and start growing some cannabis?" I was like, "Excuse me?" I was like, "What? Like, you want me to do what?" But he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I think we have a 5-acre plot. We can go all in." So went back and he'd done a ton of research because he was from the construction world, and he's still looking at it from the curd and the hemp, like the actual true definition of industrial hemp, of how we can take the curd, which is the interior part of the plant, and use that into like asphalt or concrete to actually make roads, because that part of the plant actually breathes in moisture, sucks it in, and pushes it out whenever it's needed.
Wow.
Wow.
So, and he's 70. It's aging real good. I think he's 75, but 75, still sharp as a tack, and he's still playing with products. Like, we grew the flower, and he's over playing with the stems and breaking them apart and pulling out the insides, and we made some hempcrete, did some construction aspects of it. I think that's still going to be the biggest part of this industry. But, I mean, until I think 4 months ago, I don't think we had a processing plant in Texas. I think that just recently is up and going.
There's more infrastructure that we need. You're absolutely right about that from the Texas side. We do need to get a little more infrastructure to get the commercial industrial side of the plant. That has totally been unexplored. We did not gotten a lot of that because the infrastructure just hasn't been there yet. But when we could get some of the national, I don't know if it's the national building, we've got to get the building and standards side of construction industry to make sure that hempcrete is able to be used in, you can use it in residential homes, but it's got to be like a standardized to a major thing, because it takes 20 years to grow the lumber for a home, and it only takes 4 months to grow the hemp for a home. And so there's just some things that we need to correct, I think, in Washington. And we had on some of those guys back in the early days on this show from the National Hemp Builders Association. Have you heard of them before? Yep. Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite episodes. I learned a lot from him.
Yeah, there's been several people from that side of on our programs over the years, but
the wood versus hemp industry is really, really interesting, just because it kind of goes back to one specific family in history.
Oh, does it?
So that would go back to the DuPont family, who actually came out with the chemical additive to help break down the wood into malt so that they could turn it into paper. Well, like you said, 20 years for wood. I still think that lumber should only get cut down for beams or actually like major construction pieces.
Well, DuPont,
gasoline, oil.
DuPont also was part of the William Randolph Hearst, who was in the newspaper business. Also was probably, I think, an investor. DuPont and Hearst had similar.
Oh yeah.
Because he needed paper.
Yeah.
And so that also was part of that Harry Anslinger pushing away of the reefer madness.
Yeah.
That was kind of how that got started. So I maybe I've read that.
Well, you have the original Model T Ford,
right?
Henry Model T. Mm-hmm. The entire body was made out of hemp, like we would make a fiberglass or carbon fiber car now, and ran off peanut oil.
And what's the book that we've all read? We had him on the show. John's the son of the Hare. Jack Hare's son's been on for his book, The Emperor Wears No Clothes, and that book was, of course, famously known for talking about how reefer madness pushed, cannabis away and it got out of industry. But that story of DuPont and William Randolph Hearst and energy, it kind of pushed the plant away.
Yeah, I think
from industry.
That's where it goes back to being that hemp actually illegalized marijuana over marijuana illegalizing the other. This one's worth way more money.
That's an interesting. But you're right. But
especially at that point in time. Well, I mean, before I think I went into it in my article in your guys' thing, but all rope prior to 1929 was made out of hemp and eucalyptus, and then after that you have nylon. So the birth of nylon almost killed hemp industry, but before that you had all sails. Ropes, so all selling. So world discovery might have never happened without hemp.
Interesting.
This is great. We're getting a crash course in history. We're talking about how hemp has evolved over the years. We're going to go to a commercial break, and then we'll come back and continue the conversation. And hi, Reezy. How are you?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Just making sure you're still there.
Yep.
You are, and we're going to learn a little bit about the store on the next segment, and just kind of keep this thing going. We'll talk a little bit also about that hearing yesterday, and see what happens. The governor is calling for a third session, so we're supposed to get that if nothing gets done on this second session, and we'll see where lawmakers are. The Democrats have, of course, left, and now we'll see if they're coming back, and maybe we'll get some legislation to pass before here the end of September. Blaze Weekly News will be right back. Other side.
Dama Botanicals is proud to support the Texas cannabis industry and the work of Blaze Magazine and the Blaze Weekly News Podcast. Dama Botanicals is on a mission to advocate for the education of our community and the destigmatization of cannabis and hemp. We do that by providing high-quality products and services to Austin, Texas, and surrounding areas. Local, loud with Austin roots. Visit DamaBotanicals.com now and use promo code STOCKYOURSTASH and save 20% off your entire order. Hemp is legal for now in Texas, so come on by our store at 1311 South 1st Street in Austin or visit DamaBotanicals.com. Community-driven brands like Dama Botanicals are here until the wheels fall off. Stay informed, stay positive, stay blazed. DamaBotanicals.com. That's DamaBotanicals.com. Green Botanicals, your number one source for CBD, THC, and hemp-based products in Texas. Located in New Braunfels, Seguin, and San Antonio, Texas. Our CBD dispensary offers state and federally legal THC. Green Botanicals has been voted best CBD dispensary in New Braunfels, Texas, offering gummies, flower, beverages, and alternative medicine that is ushering in a greener future to the Lone Star State. Green Botanicals is your number one source for education on the health and wellness benefits of THCA, CBD, and other legal hemp products in New Braunfels, Seguin, San Antonio, and the surrounding areas. Showcasing the best hemp flower bar in Texas. Stop on by and let our knowledgeable staff guide you in the right direction. Stop by our store or visit us online at greenbotanicals.com. That's GRUENE, botanicals.com.
Welcome back to Blazed Weekly News, podcast number 228 this week on the podcast. And that was a great hearing for industry members the other night. We talked about that a little bit in the segment ago, Rachel. Really cool to see guys educating a whole nother committee of lawmakers. This was the Public Health Committee that was getting a little bit of an education from members of the industry. And I thought it was over and all, I got to say it was a pretty positive, showing because I thought lawmakers and I thought Lucas and Colton did a really great job of educating those guys. They got engaged in a series of, and maybe, Carl maybe even roll some beef footage. I think we pulled some of this, but there was a series of maybe 5, 6, 7 minutes that was really informative, and the several of the House members were engaging with Lucas and Colton Luther, and that whole panel that was up there. They were engaging with him, asking questions, and I don't know if we can, we could talk over this. We don't have to run the audio
of THC psychosis and all of these other issues.
Representative Pearson, what you're hearing about is typically, especially in the streets of Austin, right? We have a large homeless population who deals with a lot of illicit drugs. What they are using are products that have been illegal for more. These are products that are not plant derived. They're not taken from anything that anybody's grown in Texas. There's nothing to do with that. These are created in a lab or a bathtub somewhere and have nothing to do with the products that we are selling in the stores. If they were selling synthetic products in the stores, there would be people in jail, massive amounts of people, regardless of what these officers say. And if they aren't arresting people for having synthetic products in the store, why the hell not? So that's a huge question. I heard you ask that earlier, right? Why are people not in jail? If these are illegal synthetic products, why are we not putting people in jail? But I can tell you right now, living in Austin and dealing with the homeless crisis here and all these people that use these illicit drugs, they're using.
That's a great segment there, and I just wanted to share some of that. But did you guys get a chance to see that, Tyler, Reezy? Either of y'all see the?
Yeah, I watched most of it.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can never watch the beginning parts because they bring out the moms and the law enforcement and all of that. It's not fun to watch that part because they're very critical of our industry. But I think, and then it's just hard to believe that here's where we're at anyway because. I mean, the governor, Reezy, asked us for regulation, not asking for, blocking these products. He's actually asked us to the lawmakers to regulate. And so for us to even be where we are is just kind of absurd.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense right now. But I just wanted to share that clip and let people be aware that was a fantastic victory for our industry. I thought yesterday with that hearing, it's good to have it in front of a whole new committee. This being the public health committee there. I didn't make it down there yesterday, regretfully, because I've been working, but I was really proud of everybody. I thought they did a fairly good job of, informing a whole new group of lawmakers, Tyler, on.
Yeah, I'm proud of everyone, like our industry, like the people who have gone time and time again, like how many times now and sat there all day. It's just
morning
like,
till
wow,
night.
that is some real tenacity.
Yeah,
so.
the last time we went to the house, I don't think I spoke until 2:15 in the morning.
Really?
And it was rough, but there was one gentleman that went back and forth with us for a little bit. Since I came from Colorado, I threw out 1,000 foot because that's what the alcohol in Colorado is, as well as 1,000 feet from a school. I talked about certification. So actually having like the bud tenders, the people that are actually selling you items, like TABC requires alcohol people to actually know what they can and cannot. So if they had something very similar for the cannabis industry, the hemp industry down here in Texas, it'd be beneficial for everybody, because the people coming in, there's a lot of stores that you go to, the bad actors that have, you could just walk in there just like, it's good. Why? I sell a lot.
Well, that's something I kind of have something under the hat there that I haven't talked about yet on the show that we want to do, but probably not a good time to mention that now. But I know we need certification for we need bartender certifications.
It's not talked about enough, but I feel like the stores, the good ones do a good job of that. And even Police Chief Steve Dye, that is one of their experts who testified. He played a whole clip of, they were like doing like a secret shopper scenario. Yeah. And I thought that it only proved that they were telling this person like, hey, you don't want to start with wax, so I feel like it made us look good more than anything. Yeah,
it was interesting. Let's jump onto the spinner here, because I think my producer's got a shot of our products that you guys brought in. It's always cool when you guys bring in things, because we have a grab bag here on the show that we give to guests that come on. They can go into the box and grab a little bit of gummy or flour or drink or what have you. And every week we have a different product. And Reezy and Tyler brought in some things from the store today. What are we looking at here? I guess we got a few items here. Some of these are facing outwards inwards instead of outwards.
Oh, they're showing all the information. Showing there's actual ingredients in there.
Oh, okay, so you did that on purpose. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I see. So we've got some
gummies.
Gummies. Tell us, Reezy, what we're looking at here. What do we got?
So the gummies are Lumi gummies, and they're 5 milligrams of Delta-9 THC. So there's no chemicals. Doesn't taste funny. Doesn't taste like cannabis. It actually works. A 5 milligram dosage is enough for myself, and I'm a pretty high doser. So I tell everybody that they can start with one, and they can always add more. But that's our Lumis there. And then we also have, I think, one of our sodas up there. That's a bourbon cream, which is like a cream soda that has 100 milligrams. So we have a topper on there just to make sure that you can dose yourself safely.
Oh,
wow.
So it measures it, or how?
No, so you dose yourself. And so about one shot is, depending on how big of the shot you take, is anywhere between 10 to 15 milligrams. And if that's what your regular dose is, you can just take one shot, put the lid on it, and save it for later.
Oh,
or
gotcha.
if you're a higher doser, then take a little bit more.
Yeah, I like that. And I like that we got little Frisbee golf lids. So those where do you find those at? That is super cool. Did y'all make those?
Well, we had them made up.
Oh, did y'all? That is super cool.
Those are actual regulated.
Terpy-T on top, right there.
You could actually play
discs.
with that.
Yeah, it looks like when it comes around here, I may grab one of those. But yeah, these are they're little Terpy-T. They cover your drinks, and they fit on not just these thin ones, but they also fit on like beer,
like a
12 ounce, regular 12 ounce one.
That the cans are great, because if you do take them out to the water, if you were out paddle boarding or out on a boat and you knocked it over into the water, it's not going to let any of that nasty water into your drink either.
Yes.
Or if you're disc golfing, no dirt. Or if you're a lady, nobody's putting anything in your drink. It's covered safely.
Yes. Or a man. I mean, we have the Rainy Street Ripper allegedly drugging men out here.
That is correct. Protect your drink, y'all, with the Terpy-T cover. Come snag one at Dama
Terpy-T's
Botanicals.
bourbon cream. I have never seen I've never seen that flavor before, guys. Where'd that come from? That's kind of unique.
We have 6 flavors of sodas.
Oh wow, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so we got 6 flavors. Where there's grape, orange, Dr.
Terp,
Terp,
root beer,
cherry cola, root beer,
grape,
and then
lemon lime.
There you go. Hey, look at that.
So we're in the middle of. We just started our submissions this week for the 2025 THC challenge. So I didn't even know you guys had a.
Oh, we were throwing out there. This is a secret sleeper that we brought today.
Oh, very cool. Okay, well that's super cool. Well, we'll talk about getting you guys involved in that because I think where we're at as of today, we have 7 different brands, and I think we're at 17 different flavors. So, because the brands they all have more than one flavor, you guys have 6. So, there's a lot of different ones, and so this year what we're going to do, Rachel, is we've decided to take. And this is kudos to Aaron. Aaron will be on the show next week over at Tejas Tonic. But Aaron's been nagging at me for the last few years when we do these tonic, but with the beverages. He always enters, and he's had now the last 2 years a couple of flavors, right? Mm-hmm. And they got a new 4th one that they're just released. But we were always competing the tonics with the sweet ones. And this year we're going to separate the tonics from the sweet drinks so that it's just fair.
I think so. There's a good couple of them out on the market right now, and just everybody's into the mocktail non-alcoholic scene, especially here in Austin. So having anything that's 5 milligrams all the way to 100 milligrams, so that way they can taste it and see the difference between a sparkling drink versus an actual soda.
Yeah, and then the three it's based on your presentation. As well as the taste, and then of course the efficiency of the beverage. So, you know what, y'all
might be that number one.
Y'all might be the number one on the efficiency level. I do know that we got Looper is submitting some of their drinks. We got with their team the other day, and they're submitting multiple beverages. But supposedly we just found out Looper's drink was 50 milligrams. I didn't know. That we thought 50 was high, and look at you guys swinging for the fences here with this 100 flavor of bourbon cream. Is that a carbonated drink? How does that? Is that
very light? They are carbonated, very light. I would say like the cola one that we have tastes like more like an RC cola.
Okay.
Like flavor to it, but it's. You're not getting what's in this drink inside of an RC Cola.
Right.
My favorite thing is to put it in our Ninja slush machine we have at the house, and just make like a margarita, non-alcoholic with the orange soda.
That's cool. Well, when we were at, they had the end of the hearing thing. There was Liz and Patrick had a thing out there in their venue in New Braunfels that you went to the day before. Stone and I and some others went to Nick's place down on Guadalupe downtown by the Capitol, and the guys from Mood were there, and we tried their cola, and it was pretty good. I think they're going to submit a cola, but I'm glad to see that in 2025 there's more sweeter flavors. When we first started, everybody just had a tonic Reezy. There was no one doing
Have you seen,
sweet drinks.
Have you seen the drink market?
It's crazy right now.
Yeah, we went. We search out for drinks. And then we went to Total Wine, and every single end cap in the business was a CBD or a THC drink.
We need to go over there.
Yeah.
What's going on? So I walked around the corner, and it's just I think it was 7, 4 foot wide, 7 foot tall, THC CBD drinks. I was just like, this is crazy. I think these guys have more products than we have on our shelves that are actually.
Well, almost every store, has a great selection of these drinks nowadays, and you guys have that cooler in your store when you walk in there, and it's got tons of I mean, they're all of these are basically cold now, right? I mean, none of them I don't see are. Do y'all have additive drinks? People are asking me if we would accept the additives as part of my contest, and I think if I add the additives, it should have to be its own category.
Yeah.
So if we take additives, or you want to submit an additive, I know we have one because James is going to submit his additive.
Wyatt Perp has an additive.
And Wyatt's submitting his drinks. He is submitting. He's submitting his canned sodas. But no, I do agree though that if we get more, anyone that wants to submit your additive, we can take that, but it'll be in its own category. So you won't be competing against all of the sweet or carbonated or unsweetened drinks. So. Well, that's cool. I really didn't know that y'all had those drinks, so that's kind of cool. Y'all lay this. I can take one of these home, can't I?
For sure. Yeah. We want you to.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna need the lid. That's 100. That's 100 milligrams there. So.
Well, you can bring the lid down. You can come play in our little frisbee golf tournament.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You got a tournament down there? We kind of like the old school football.
Yeah, but what you have to do is you actually have to slam an entire can of it. So it doesn't matter how good you are at disc golf. You could be the best player, or you could, be the worst.
You might just be able to consume cannabis very well.
That's one way of doing it there. And you got great. What I liked about the gummies that you brought in, you've got 15. These are like 15 packs of gummies, right? And
yeah, they come in a 15 and a 30 pack.
Okay, but are the 15s a higher?
Nope.
They're all 5-10 milligram?
Yeah, we have 5 and 10. I like the 5 milligrams.
I like the 5s.
I love the 5.
Well, it's like multiple people, they're like, oh, we love these 10 milligrams. We just bite them in half. And I'm like, well, why don't you just eat a whole gummy and just, hey.
Or eat 2 of the 5s, That's kind of, maybe there's 1 5 and 1 10. That's kind of the sweet spot for folks too.
Or it's 5 milligrams and then 40 minutes and then another 5 milligrams and then an hour and a half and then another 5 milligrams.
Some people's tolerance just shocks me. Like, I have a friend who said his grandma bought like a 300 milligram something and it takes like half of it. I'm like, wow.
But you also got to make sure where you get some of the stuff, because some of those things we don't really know, are they really 300 milligrams? These we know, because I actually consume them, that they're, good for you. They taste good, and they don't really, they make you feel good. And that's what you really want a good edible to do.
Yeah, I'm a heavy, I can take a lot of cannabis. But I usually drink, for the last 2 years, we've had these drinks. I drink 2 of those sodas, and I'll go to F1.
Oh,
And I can cruise all day, and it's great. Not overbearing, but just...
And you're just chilling out. The F1 out here at Carl goes to that every year.
Coming real soon.
Yeah, that's coming up. Well, this is really cool. I didn't know that you guys had the beverages, but I wasn't sure this is your line of gummy as well.
And then we have the flower up there. I think there's our Terpy-T flower.
Oh yeah, here's a Terpy-T. Yeah, Terpy-T is your brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
The Terpy-T Texas Twisters.
Oh, the Holly Berry. All right, I haven't had that one.
It's a good one.
Is that a good
that
flavor?
one home too?
Yeah, check this out.
We need to smoke a Bleezy with Reezy.
That's right. I love it. And if you open it up, there's a nice cutesy little moisture pack in there that keeps your flower fresh.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
What's fire off your website for folks? I know it's pretty easy, right? It's Dama Botanicals.
Yeah, damabotanical.com.
Yeah. Check out their website. And what's the address down there on First Street?
1311 South First.
1311.
Yeah, we're across the street from Snarf's and just north of Elizabeth Street Cafe.
Yeah. That's Bolding. That's the Bolding neighborhood over there.
Is.
We actually have a patio on the inside the food truck park, and we pushed for about a year to try to get it as Emerald Cove at Bolden Creek.
Oh, really?
So we actually were going to try to do a little lounge and whatnot, but the landlord's just didn't.
So you got to go with the owner of the property has to clear that for that to be an actual Cove Street, or is that what you're talking about?
Oh, no, it was just, we have a patio and it overlooks the actual Bolden Creek that goes down.
Oh, okay.
So you would have been able, it's an outdoor patio.
Perfect
so technically
place.
You could smoke. But we've had fitness things out there. We've done puff and paints out there. We did a Halloween thing out there.
What do you got coming up for events? Here.
Champs.
I guess you got another. Well, you got Champs that you guys are. So y'all had the booth there this past weekend. You just got back from Houston on that. Champs is coming up September 9th through the 11th. We had an ad in the magazine for them. I do know guys, Carl and Rachel, by the way. I talked to Nick at Champs during the week or on Monday. And we do have passes to go to that. We've got permission from them to film in there.
Cool.
Awesome.
So we are going to have a media coverage of that at the Palmer Event Center. That's again September 9th through the 11th of next month. Do you have a booth number yet, Reezy, for that?
Don't have the booth number yet, but you'll see us there.
That's going to be cool.
Yeah.
We're actually 2.5 blocks from the Palmer.
Yeah, y'all could just like go down the hill on a skateboard with.
We're actually going to be trying to do some deals with the food trucks. Try to get people to leave the Palmer because there's only one place to eat from the Palmer. That's Terry Black's.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah, or
like,
Sandy's is there, kind of there
the
next
direction.
there too. God, I'm from that neighborhood. I went to Dawson Elementary right there on First Street, right down the street from y'all down
That's
there.
not too far.
That's all my old neighborhood over there.
Stomping grounds for real.
It really is. Let's take another quick commercial break. We'll come back and talk a little further and wrap with our friends at Dama Botanicals. They sponsored the show. Got the display ad occasionally in the magazine. They're always in there. In fact, the current issue this August has a profile with you guys in the magazine, kind of learning a little bit about the history of Dama Botanicals, how the plant helped your father, how you guys kind of transcended and moved into the groovy South Austin area over the last years. You've been telling us your story. Tyler Tibbett and Reese Davis, our guest, right here on podcast 228. We'll continue Blaze Weekly News after this.
Sergi & Associates specialize in cannabis and hemp law cases here in Texas. Has your store been raided? Do you require municipal litigation? Seeking to trademark your brand? David Sergi is an international cannabis lawyer, and he represents businesses throughout the cannabis industry. Sergi represents clients across the United States and is regularly quoted on cannabis matters in the media. The new website from his team is txhemplaw.com. If you're new to the Texas market and hemp or cannabis industry, look no further than Sergi & Associates. Their legal team offers a broad range of legal practices, providing cost-effective, top-shelf legal representation with a big firm punch in a personal, small firm environment, specializing in hemp, criminal, business structure law, and civil litigation. Texas hemp laws are always evolving. Call Sergi & Associates at 512-392-5010. That's 512-392-5010. Or visit txhemplaw.com.
Dama Botanicals is proud to support the Texas cannabis industry and the work of Blaze Magazine and the Blaze Weekly News Podcast. Dama Botanicals is on a mission to advocate for the education of our community and the destigmatization of cannabis and hemp. We do that by providing high-quality products and services to Austin, Texas, and surrounding areas. Local, loud with Austin roots. Visit DamaBotanicals.com now and use promo code STOCKYOURSTASH and save 20% off your entire order. Hemp is legal for now in Texas, so come on by our store at 1311 South 1st Street in Austin or visit DamaBotanicals.com. Community-driven brands like Dama Botanicals are here until the wheels fall off. Stay informed, stay positive, stay blazed. DamaBotanicals.com. That's DamaBotanicals.com.
baby. No matter what you do, girl, I gotta try you, baby.
Welcome back to Blazed Weekly News Podcast. I'm Russell Dowden with Blazed Magazine. You can pick up a copy of that August edition out at smoke shops all across Austin. We're in about 300 stores. I think it's 296 stores in the Austin area that our friends at the Austin Chronicle deliver the magazines to. And then we do get to another 100 plus stores in Houston. San Antonio. And sometimes we get a bunch into Houston. Right now we're only in about 50 stores in Houston. We're adding more stores to Houston, though. I just got to find another driver for Houston. That's the only thing keeping us, is getting the driver hired back over there. But our friends this week joining us in studio, Dama Botanicals, Tyler Tibbetts, and Reezy Davis coming all the way up I-35 to make the trek to Round Rock from South Austin. And we were just talking, in the breakdown there, how the hearing, and everybody's explaining how they're following the rules. Reezy, you were just telling us, during the break that you don't sell to, you card everybody that comes in there.
Yep, 21 and up only in our store.
Well, I think it's like in most industries, it's like if you were selling alcohol down the street and you knew that there was a guy that came in there and sold at 10 o'clock at night that maybe just turned an eye, all the younger kids are going to go to that same location. So it's like if you have a couple bad actors that just look the other way because there's not actually that regulation in Texas right now, it made a lot of sense whenever you opened up your store to over-regulate yourself, because the last thing you'd want to have is your picture on the front page of the newspaper and some kid got in a car accident or something along those lines. So it was just keeping the restrictions. The other thing we do in our shop is that, if we have women that come in that have like small children, but that's like a baby on the hip.
Okay,
I'm totally okay with that. It's not getting
yeah.
It's a completely different use. But sometimes you have like an adult that comes in with like a 16-year-old, 17-year-old kid, and we'll ask them for the kid to go outside.
Yeah, there you go.
Because it's kind of like, what you do behind your closed doors is all good with you, but we can't have that go down in here.
Yeah, that's responsible. And what other things, Reezy, you were saying during the break that are just...
She was talking about consulting people and...
just not just selling anything to sell it. That when somebody comes into our store, first we ID them. That's the most important thing, making sure they're over 21, because we don't want to serve, somebody who can't even purchase cigarettes. But making sure that we're getting them the right product. Because when you walk in and you say, I want to get the strongest thing you have on the shelf, or what's your favorite thing? My favorite thing, or what's going to help me, may not be the same strain that's going to help somebody else. So asking just a few questions, like my very most important one is, well, what is your favorite strain? And then that kind of guides me. And then I ask them, well, how do you want to feel? Do you want to go outside and go swimming Barton Springs? Or do you want to go home and watch a movie? Or are you going to go study? Do you need to focus? What is the actual reason that you're going to, ingest cannabis because you want to do something? And so getting them the right product, I think, is more important than to just oversell them. And then I think that we also do things a little bit better than, say, gas stations. Everything that comes in through the store is checked by myself. I actually use it, make sure that it's something that I would use for myself, or even, would possibly give to my mother. Yeah. And so those are the products that we, want. And we don't have anything that's flashy and advertises to children or any of that. So just all the things that we must do in order to be following the rules and be one of the better players in the game is what we're already doing. And that's what makes me want to work in this industry, because I've come from corporate America, and I think that we're going to need to destigmatize everything and just educate people on what is the actual purpose of using this plant. So,
yeah, that's really an important thing that people underestimate, is the education that our retailers give our fellow Texans. I mean, you guys in the retail level are always, letting folks know what's best for this ailment or what's best for that. And I think that that's under.
And the thing is, I have a lot of seniors that come into my shop. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they don't really know. They could go into a gas station and be given a product that may not be good for them or may not help them. And then I have mothers and, young professionals and all age ranges that are just looking for somebody to be able to help educate them because they can only get so much off the internet.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah. Well, what is the next thing? You guys will be at Champs.
Yeah.
We've got about 4 minutes left here before we finish up. But Champs, obviously, on the 9th, 10th, and 11th coming up. And anything going on? Are y'all doing a Halloween deal?
We will do a Halloween deal
right
for
around
sure.
the corner. Sure, is it here in October? Can't believe we're working on the September issue of the magazine. It's like this year is just flying by. But what do y'all do for Halloween down there, Tyler? What's
last year?
What'd y'all do last year?
Yeah, last year we did. We had a pumpkin painting competition. We had a costume competition. The same little patio we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to turn it into actually like a little haunted house.
Yeah, but you know what he did do was he did bring. We have this. What is it called? Where you get inside of it? Then the snow globe. It's a snow globe that he filled up with air, and we had Mario Kart playing, and then we hotboxed the snow globe, and people were playing Mario Kart inside the snow globe. I thought that was really fun.
How cool!
Yeah, that was my favorite part. And then, or people were going to the dab bar and then going into the snow globe, which is really fun.
And the snow globe is full of
smoke.
Yes.
Smoke is what I.
We have a. It's called a cannon, the weed cannon.
Yeah,
and
yes.
So it is a.
I've seen these.
It's a Makita air blower.
Why is it that the botanical sponsors of mine have these? Because we went to 420 at Green Botanicals in San Antonio, and they had the same thing.
Because it's so
it was
much
so
fun.
cool. It was super fun to see that, and people were going in there and getting into the.
So I want you to throw the competition for the weed cannon competition.
The weed can.
Weed cannon competition.
Oh, weed cannon competition. Okay, so we're going to see
my gosh.
Green Botanicals and Dama Botanicals cannon. Let's go.
And
Let's
I think
cannon off.
Austenite Cannabis Company has one too.
Oh, do
I
that?
think
I'm
there's a
sure
couple.
there's a
There's a
bunch of them
couple.
that do that.
Yeah.
Well, I think we can make a really, really fun party if we bring everybody together.
yeah, that's a great idea. And I've thought about doing an event. I've got a website called blazedfest.com that I haven't launched yet, but we want to do this event, Blaze Fest, at some point, and I don't know when we're going to do it, if it's going to be this year or maybe next 420.
I have a really good idea for you for your
Let's hear
Blaze
it.
Fest.
Let's hear it.
Tyler likes to do fun things, so we have a 20-foot trampoline that we actually have tags issued by the game warden to bring it out onto Lady Bird Lake.
Oh, wow.
And so we do put the snow
hot
globe
box goes
on
top of the
there.
trampoline.
On top
so
of the
we can have
trampoline.
your festival out on Luneff Point. It'd be a lot of fun.
Oh, that would be fun.
Paddleboards.
That would be fun to do. God, did y'all ever, y'all probably don't remember the fluke tag. Austin had a fluke tag, and that's the.
Is that the Red Bull does it too? And they like
the
build
Red
the
Bull
things.
fluke tag where you
Yeah.
got to try to fly off of the.
And they like bust apart.
It goes into the water and crashes, and
Yep.
I went to that years ago, and it was right there, pretty much right where you're talking about.
Good spot.
It is a good spot.
Trying to get them to come back.
Yeah, I've seen them do that all over the country, and you don't remember that? I probably haven't seen that. That was a
The
while
Red
back.
Bull Blaze Fest.
They were.
There we go.
Hey, now you're thinking.
Yep.
Yeah, we need to get a Red Bull endorsement. That would be good. We do have their beverages in here in case anybody wants one that doesn't have THC. So final shout outs, I guess. What else you want to let people know about Dama Botanicals? Check out the magazine. Learn a little bit about them right now. You can pick up our magazine and.
Oh yeah, you can see how insightful I am. It's a very.
Oh, you got to see the pictures of Tyler. Reezy sent me more pictures at the end there, and we got to update those. You're having fun there.
We have a good time at our store. We really are a vibe.
You guys are a vibe in there.
One of our other bud tenders, Andy, I took him with me out to Champ Show in Vegas. And we did Bucky Beavers. So we wore
They wore
our
onesies.
Oh, wow.
Bucky onesies.
I saw that.
Only one person didn't know who we were, and they were from Canada. They thought we were Chippendales.
Oh, that's funny. Well, thank you guys for being on the show. We're glad to have finally got y'all both in here and hang out with us. Really a surprise to hear that y'all had the drink, because I didn't even know that y'all had your own line of beverages. And are they all 100 milligrams?
All 100.
They are 100. We do have the same company that bottles them for us. We have a 10 milligram version as well.
Okay.
But
for the fun,
when regulation comes, goes that way. Until then, I mean,
they're 100 until we get them down to 10.
Yep, and then like with the gummies, we make sure that we've got stay under that 10. So it's trying to stay ahead of the game for everything.
Well, I'm glad I got a lid for mine. I've got a Frisbee golf lid from our friends. Check them out down there. Check out their Terpy-Ts. We've got some pre-rolls in here, and this one is holly berry. What was the other flavor you brought in?
Cereal milk.
Cereal milk. Oh, wow. Well, what do you... We'll let you have that one, Rachel.
I'll take it.
Yeah, but on average, we have roughly 60 strains on shelf.
Wow.
So we have 3 different price points on our flower, but Austin's very unique in the sense that like we're really close to the park. Mm-hmm. So I think we're very, very sativa dominant.
Oh yeah, for
in
sure.
our store, just because everybody's looking to pick something up and then go play.
Yep.
To where I think up here in this area of the neck of the woods, I think it's more indicas. To where people are getting off work and they just want to go home and chill and relax because there's not Ladybird Lake and the park right here to go play.
Yeah, and it's funny, as I've gotten older, I like the indicas more than the sativas. Since I've gotten a little older, I like to chill out a little more, I think, and it's that's just kind of, it's funny how your speed changes over the years.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to go.
Yeah, it's like one of the most popular cannabinoids out right now, I think, is probably CBN. And that's not going to make the list. Zero psychoactive.
Yeah.
But pure sleep. I mean, 10 times better than melatonin.
Like that came up in the hearing yesterday. CBN lawmakers had no idea they were banning that.
And
it's so good for you.
THCV that helps with weight loss and Parkinson's.
My father has Parkinson's, Tyler, and the THCV actually calms the tremors down. As well. So,
like, how do they choose it? It's like they play cannabinoid roulette. They're like, we'll just choose these 2.
It's because they don't know. They're not informed. But we're informing them.
That's right.
And we're always trying to inform you, the viewer and listeners as well. Pick up a Blazed magazine out there at the smoke shops in your communities in Houston, Austin, and of course San Antonio. Thank you, Tyler and Reezy, for coming by and saying hi, guys. Thank y'all.
Thanks, guys.
All right, good show. Next week, we'll continue our conversation, Rachel, with Aaron Owen from Tejas Tonic going to come in, and I'm sure Aaron will be bringing some goodies and beverages as well. And guys, we are taking submissions for the Texas THC Challenge, and we have we don't want to have more than maybe, 25 different drinks, but there's different categories. If you're interested, blazed@blazednews.com is my email if you want to submit a beverage for that competition for winners announced in October, right in time for their Halloween party this fall.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll be talking to them about that. Go see them. Check them out, DamaBotanicals.com. We'll see you next week with Aaron and Tejas Tonic. She's Rachel. I'm Russell. See you next week, guys. Stay blazed.
Blazed.